We're back with the first DIY that we've done in quite a while, which is one that we've been putting off for about a year, and that is bumper plate storage. Bumper plate storage is pretty expensive to purchase. Your typical toaster style bumper plate storage rack is gonna be about 200 to 250 bucks a piece, and you're probably gonna need 2 of them to store all of your plates. So we're looking at $400 or $500 just to store some bumper plates. But the good news is you can build your own for about 20 bucks a piece, and that's even with lumber being as expensive as it is right now. Under normal lumber prices, you could probably do these for about 10 to 12 bucks a piece. All you're gonna need for this project is some 2x4s and some wood screws. I can't give you an exact cut list for this project because it's gonna be dependent on how many plates you're gonna be storing. But what I can tell you is that you're gonna need a number of 14-inch pieces of 2x4 equal to the number of plates that you're gonna be storing plus 1, and then we're gonna need 2 border pieces that we'll look at later in the video. So the first thing that we're gonna need to do is we're going to need to measure out a 14-inch piece of wood. So the good news is, since we're gonna be making this exact cut several times, we can take our first piece of 14-inch wood, and then we can put it right here on top of our board and use that as a pattern. Push that up against the saw blade there, take that off, and then we're gonna have another 14-inch piece of wood. You don't have to measure it each time. What? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's right. So I got 2 45s, 35, 25, another 25, 15, 10. I got 7 pieces. I need 8. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. So the process from here is really quite simple. We have our 14-inch pieces that we just cut. We have the 2 pieces that we're going to use for the outside rails. Put a little square down right here, and then we will put the end cap in right there, put a couple screws in to make our end cap, and then from there all you have to do is put the first bumper plate in. I'm gonna start with the smallest bumper plate that we have for reasons that I'll talk about in a moment. Snug that next divider up, get a little bit of a wiggle right there, just so that there's a little bit of wiggle room so it's easier to slot the plate down in there. Screw the next one in, next plate, screw the next one in, next plate, screw the next one in, until you get to the end. And I am going to come up an inch and mark a line, and come down an inch and mark a line, and mark that line all the way down the outside pieces. That way it'll just be a nice little guide to make it easier to put the 2 screws in for each of the dividers all the way down. Come over 3/4 inch to make sure that I am in the center of the little cross members. Put a little tick right there, and then I will draw a vertical line from there. And then I have a little crosshair for where to put my screws. I am gonna make pilot holes on the end pieces since we're so close to the edge of this wood. I wanna hopefully keep from splitting the wood. Once we get into the rest of the dividers, I'm not gonna make any pilot holes because it's not gonna be quite as big of a deal as we get further away from the edge. So making a line all the way across on this one like I did with the other one, so I'll have my little guides there. Second line. Now Put this guide in the square. Now comes the easy part. Put a plate in. Put the divider in. Just a little bit of wiggle room there. Take the plate out. We drill some holes. I'm just gonna eyeball it from here on out. Next up with the 15-pounder. Hello. So what you would do at this point is you would continue to build this out until you get to the end, and then there will probably be a little bit left over on your side pieces, and then you would just cut off the excess to make it flush. But since this is pretty close to what I needed it to be anyway, this is just a tiny bit bigger than what I needed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and put this end piece on. I'm gonna put the end piece on flush at the end so that I don't have to cut off any excess, and then I will just split the difference and put that final divider, because with the 45s they're going to be able to stand up anyway without having to worry about them falling over. So if there's a little bit of extra wiggle room, it's not a big deal. We're almost done with the main portion of the build. This piece was just a tiny bit longer than this piece, so when I squared this up on the inside, there's a little bit of an overhang. We want to flush that up, so we are going to have to cut off a tiny little piece here, and then after we get this cut off, it's going to be pretty much done, other than sanding it up a little bit and painting it. And if you wanted it to be portable, I know some people want to be able to move these around. We're not going to be moving it around in our gym. It's going to be sitting in the same spot, so we're not going to do this. But you could optionally put on some caster wheels, put on a handle on one side, and then you could be able to move it around inside of your gym. So this is going to be replacing that little scrap piece of trim that worked well for us for a long time. But the issue with the trim is that with some of the smaller plates, like the 15s and like the 10, so if you put the 10 in right here and then you accidentally put it down a little bit too hard, you knock all the other plates down like dominoes. So this will be a lot better for the long term Functionally, it's done. This is the finished product. We are going to sand it down and paint it black to match everything else in here. But other than that, this is the finished product. We've got it painted, now it is completely finished, and this project turned out exactly as I had hoped it would. And it's very nice to actually have these bumper plates in dedicated storage versus having them on the ground to where they'll potentially fall over anytime you put a plate down just a little bit crooked or not completely vertical. Now you can just pick these up, toss them in, and they're good to go. We've actually got another DIY project coming next week, which you can actually see right here as a little bit of a teaser. And if you want to check out any of the other gym DIYs, you can check those out on the screen. As always, God bless you and your family, and we'll see you next week. What kind of finger shake is that? Shake. There you go.